Whoops. That's better. Okay. Hi everyone, this is Warren from the Rhapsody Piano Studio. Welcome to today's video. I'm going to be teaching you how to practice. What is the song called again? I've been waiting for you. All right. So if you want the, I'm highly going to suggest, I suggest that you check out the cards right here because I have a piano tutorial video for this, as well as pick up the upper right hand corner. I can't point right here or something. All right, make sure you check out the cards for the piano tutorial video and the sheet music. Get it to follow along. This is going to be a lot easier, okay? If you don't know how to read and play sheet music, if you're a beginner, you shouldn't be playing this. But if you want, you can figure it out. Make sure you check out the cards up here again. My playlist for a whole entire complete guide for beginners on everything they're going to need to know to play piano. All right, let's get started. We're going to be doing I've Been Waiting for You from Mamma Mia. Here we go again. So here is the intro. Here's the first page. All right, so I'm gonna break this down. This beginning section, it's more like an intro, so you actually don't even have to play it in correct rhythm. Not correct rhythm, you have to play the correct rhythm, but it doesn't have to be so like steady. It doesn't have to be on the beat. So there's a little freedom here. You can stretch, you can take some time here and there. It doesn't have to be an exact time, okay? Although in the video, I just do it in correct time because it's easier. Plus, you know, yeah, because it's easier. All right. So if you go to the beginning, let's break down some of the, I think the hardest part of this intro is just basically going to be the different rhythms. And there's really only a couple different rhythms. So from here, that is a triplet. So you have to really make those clear. Don't mush all those rhythms together. So we have I Have Known Love. And then from here, we have a dotted eighth, right? And a 16th after that. So you have to make those really clear. And the next one, we have another triplet. But instead of a dotted eighth here, we have triplet and then just 2/8 straight through it. Same thing here. And then the next line, still strange as it seems to be, same thing. Dotted eighth, right? And then not a dotted eighth. Now here, I wouldn't do this. I would go from, where's that? It's me. I wish they had measures, but they don't. All right, so if you're following along in the music to words, it's truly new to, from here, me. Get to this black key, I would take that with a thumb, okay? Some people might say like, oh, you shouldn't play thumb on black key, like a traditional approach. That actually is not entirely true. So I'll go from here, me to a thumb, and then you just bring them down to, got it? Yeah, that's really the only difficult part. If we break down the left hand by itself. Now, always try to take shortcuts in terms of time. You don't want to shortcut your quality. So if I was practicing left hand by myself, by itself, I would just do this. See, even my chordy agrees, right? You don't have to count each time like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Total waste of time. So just go through by itself. Just that, and then when you put it together, it'll work out fine, all right? So trying to take shortcuts in time whenever possible. All right, then at the end, that affection, right? Then we have our poco rallentando, which means a little, slowing down a little bit, right? All right, so make sure you have a good retardando or rallentando there. All right, now, next part of the song. Flipping the page. So really not much new going on. The right hand is pretty much the same, that melody. So you really don't have to practice that. Even, yeah, so the left hand, so again, if you just, not again, but if you know the pattern, it's the same pattern, same harmonies we're following here. So you just have to figure out, you're just kind of rearranging the notes here. And then we have this. So you're just adding more notes. Right, so they have that, and then here. So those are really only changes. So same harmonies in the left hand, just different notes you're playing. Okay, all right. I think it's cool because when they add notes like that, it creates more movement with the music. So you can, even though the time is the same, it sounds like it's getting faster. Just cool effect that they use. All right, sound check real quick. All right, still mic'd up, cool. All right, now next section here, we have something different with the rhythm. Flip to the next page. So let's break down that section. Now we're moving in thirds for one thing, right? So these different thirds. So if you don't know what a third is, it's when you play two notes and they're 3 keys apart. 1, 2, 3, right? This is what we call a third. All right. Now the rhythm, you thrill me, you delight me. We have from here, you delight me. Delight, that last 16th is a tie into the next 8th note. Now, if you have good rhythm, this won't be a problem for you, but it does give a lot of my students some trouble. So anytime there's a tie into another note like that, what I recommend is just playing without the tie first. So you can hear it with the tie. You thrill me, you delight me. Just take the tie out. It just helps with the rhythm, and then you get used to that. You get that sense of rhythm, so you know exactly where the beat goes. And then once that's easy, just take the tie out. Does that make sense? All right. Now, next part. Same thing here. You please me, you excite me. Now instead of one, we have. They're adding another third to that. Excite me. So same thing, take the tie out. Sorry. And I mean, yeah, take the tie out, then put it back in. Right, super simple hack to really make that easier. All right, in the left hand, we're just going from C, F, C, F, C, F, C. That's basically the progression right there. Not much going on. Okay, so that's it for that section. Now, let's finish this last part up. This next section, let me see here. I'm trying to divide it. I haven't taught this, so it's like I'm teaching you guys for the first time. All right, and I'm taking from, and finally, it seems my lonely days are through. This is the, this wraps up this middle section here. So let me play for you. Repeat back to the beginning. So we definitely need to break this part down. In the right hand, the melody could be a little bit complicated. So we have an eighth, another eighth, right? And then we have 2/16. It ties into the next eighth. You have 2 more 16ths, another tie into a dotted eighth. So I'm gonna break that down for you. I'm gonna take all those ties out. And this the measure where it says, and finally it seems my lonely. Let me play it without the ties so you can hear how the rhythm goes. Right? Because you take the ties out, it's a lot easier to break down the rhythm. So let me do it one more time. Got it? All right, now if I put the ties back in, do you think that's going to be simple to count? I don't think it's simple to count. So again, take out the ties and put them back in. A lot easier to get the rhythm that way. Next part, lonely days are through. Here's how that rhythm goes. All right? Sorry. So make sure you really work on the rhythm right there. That's going to be a part I would assume is going to cause a lot of trouble for people who are playing this for the first time. All right? Get these wires out of my picture, man. All right. Okay. Left hand. We just have descending. What do we call these? Chromatics, right? And then the last one goes up to G here. That's it for the left hand. And then we have standard F major, and then G7th, and then. That's it. I think the main focus is going to be on the rhythm, the right hand part here. All right, and let me play this last part for you again so you can kind of hear how it goes. Back to the beginning. So a simple word of advice, just make sure if you really want to learn this, I mean, you have the advantage of having my piano tutorial along with it. If you just watch it, you don't really even need to know what you're like. You don't really have to know exactly what you're doing. If you just watch the videos, you're gonna improve no matter what. Okay, I see it all the time with my students, especially when they're kids. You can't really overload them with a lot of theory or information. You just watch, you just compare, just listen to it, and you just try it again. Super simple, really easiest way to learn this, all right? So just use that video a lot. Make sure you also know how to read as well, all right? Don't learn just by ear alone. That's just really dumb. I'm not calling you dumb, but not a good way to learn. You can learn to read. It's not that hard. Again, check out the cards, all right? My playlist. All right, it goes back to the beginning. I'm gonna skip that because you don't need to practice that way. If you're performing this, it's a little bit different, right? You need to take all those repeats most of the time. Let's keep it going, and we're just gonna skip to the last page. All right. So we'll break that down. A little transition. The second ending, so instead of the repeat again to the beginning, you're just gonna skip that first ending, and here's the second part, last page. Here's how that rhythm goes. Oh, right, and then this is straightforward here. And then in the left hand we have this rhythm. Bump, bump, ba ba bump. Right? Okay, and then the last part is pretty much more the same. It's just a bunch of thirds and that same rhythm that we worked on before with the eighths and the ties and whatnot, right? We have a tie. Again, take the tie out, put it back in. Super simple, keep using that. It's one of my like go-tos. It works so well, all right? So some practice tips for you, like if you come across some problems in general, think about, can I take something out to make it easier so I could really understand it, and then put it back in, right? So that's a really simple approach. Take out, put in, okay? All right, so here's that rhythm again. That's without the tie, put the tie back in. that's it. So another thing too, be careful of repeated notes, because don't stiffen up. If you're not getting those repeated notes solid, then usually means you're too tense. So it's going to be more wrist motion than finger actually. So try to keep your wrists still, right? It's almost like you're kind of throwing it like that, okay? Some exercises you can do here, if you turn this into a drill, just do one at a time, like this. And then the left hand, or the other note. Until you get one down solid, right? And then you can even do this. All different combinations and just, got it? In general, I think it's better to, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time what works is if you try to do one thing in a bunch of different ways instead of just trying to do a bunch of repetitions just only doing one way. It's much more effective if you take it from, you try to mix it up. So instead of just keep banging your head against the wall, again, you can split it up. One note, another note, then different combinations, right? And then together again. That works much better. It's just you learn it faster as well, and I don't think anyone's going to complain about that, right? All right, so that's the last section. So let me play it for you one time. Retard down note at the end. That's it for this last section. All right, so yeah, that's it for this whole entire song. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. So when you're practicing, use good, have a good strategy. Split it up like the way I showed you here. Like we have the intro, we have the middle section, and then the last part. So yeah, it's just not a good idea to just practice the whole thing from beginning to end. Really ineffective way to learn. Wish they taught you this stuff in school. Wish I learned this in school. Definitely they didn't do that. So make sure you split it up like I showed you. Take shortcuts where you can. If it's the same pattern and whatnot, you don't need to practice that, okay? Yeah, anyways, that's it. Thanks for joining me. I hope to see you guys next time. I'm gonna be doing another piano lesson / breakdown on Saturday. Totally forget which song it was. So I guess I'll see you guys on Saturday. I hope to see you there. All right, you guys have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Today's Thursday, yes it is. Okay, enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and I'll see you guys next time. Happy practicing.